It's the anniversary of the incident when, well, you already know the rest. But I figure I'll break it down for y'all. Why do we celebrate or we hold high somebody like Lovelle Mixon? So let me explain. Well, for one, this took place back in '09, so that makes it what, 16 years? Yeah, about 16 years. And this was right after Oscar Grant, pretty much into that year. So not only just then, but then and now, you already know the relationship African Americans got with the police. And that incident was a good explanation. Now let me explain it. Lovelle, for whatever reason, well, put it like this: the police, he was driving while black, and they pulled him over, and unfortunately, Lovelle thought he had too much to lose, allegedly. And I'm not gonna get into the whole story. We already know the story, but I really want to speak more as to the why and why we hold people like him in high esteem, because of the constant harassment that we receive from the police. And he's somebody that is looked at who fought back from the harassment. And unfortunately, 4 people lost their lives. And they don't tell you that one of those people was a known crooked person at his job. He was a known crooked officer. One of the ones that actually pulled him over on the scene, not upholding the integrity of his job. But, and I'm just putting that out there. So, but again, y'all, he's driving while black. And it just goes to show. I'm just going to keep it 100 with y'all. So, regardless of his history, his past, it really don't even matter. It's just you can't just be harassing people like that for no apparent reason. And unfortunately, he was somebody that felt he didn't want to go back to jail or whatever the case. I don't know what he was thinking. That's not the point. But he represents those that fought back. So when you hear people like me or anybody say something positive about him, we're not really talking about who he was prior, not even him personally, actually. We talking about what he represents. You understand? What he represents, basically. The fight back from harassment, from brutality, from oppression, any means necessary. We not choosing this. You understand? We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. But all bullshit aside, that's the truth of the matter. Now I know a lot of people gonna have mixed feelings about this, but that's the truth. Y'all wanna know why? That is why you will see people speak highly on Lovelle Mixon, due to the fact that he fought back. Regardless how y'all look at it, he fought back. And today is the day that happened 16 years ago. And I remember that day. It was actually, my partner had a barbershop right there on 73rd and Mac, right down the hill. That was right, literally a block away, not even a block where it happened. And I wasn't at my partner's shop, but he had told me. He was like, man, everybody rushed in. It was hella police eventually. Yeah, man, it was a crazy day, and OPD was mad. I remember we had the black mayor, or governor, Mayor Ron Dellums. And they had the big parade to the Coliseum, the Oracle. They didn't even let him speak. You know, they muted him like, oh, this on your watch. You already know that. You know, so it's like, and even then, but it's like, really, when you look at it, man, whose fault is that? And again, people gonna point fingers, but everybody know Everybody been knowing what's been going on with the African Americans since we got here. Now, one can argue there's been improvements, but whatever that means. But I mean, certainly we ain't on the plantation. Hell, everybody on the plantation, huh? Don't you got to go to work tomorrow? You got to do something, huh? You got to hustle, huh? You got to collect cans. You got to do something, huh? Everybody on the plantation. But we talk about hate and racism and police brutality. So I ain't about to go too deep down a rabbit hole in this video. But I just really kind of just want to give y'all the answer in general why a brother like Lovelle Mixon will be held in high esteem or looked at in a positive light. I'm not saying he's Martin Luther King. I'm not even saying he's Malcolm X. Again, we not looking at him as the person. We looking at what he represents. You understand? And I need to make that very clear because I'm gonna get a lot of haters from this video. Hell, they might even flag me for this video. They flagged me for a video I put on talking about the medical. Talking about some, I was trying to put out a COVID video. Y'all, they flagged me. Y'all never see that one. I hope they don't do that today for this one. But again, man, I'm just spilling with y'all one time, man. It's Bad News Brown, but that's the answer, man. And I need y'all to think about that. And people, again, I know the critics, they're going to be like, well, still, that don't give people the right to do this. Man, we already know how many incidents of police brutality. This was a little bit right after Oscar Grant. Keep that in mind. This was the year, it was into that year when the Oscar Grant incident happened. And I honestly got a story myself. I'm mad at myself for not even, I should have raised a complaint back then with bar police like 2 weeks before the Oscar Grant incident happened. Like straight up. So, and everybody got their own personal stories. And this is anybody, people of all walks of life. And I'm talking about black people. Everybody black ain't negative. Everybody black ain't breaking the law. Majority of us is innocent, whether you believe it or not. But the point is, driving while black, they pulled over the wrong guy. And that's what happens. But we looking at it like, man, like, y'all just murdered young Oscar in cold blood. And old boy got away with it pretty much. He got a thump on the wrist. He probably an officer right now in small town USA, a deputy under a new name, cut his hair, dyed his hair, grew a beard, whatever. Walk right by him, you wouldn't even know that's him. Like, for real. So, and yeah, all police ain't bad. But that ain't the point. And shout out to that officer down in LA that just released them tapes of all them racist police. You understand? Imagine getting pulled over by that police through all them racist phone calls that they got. Imagine that. And you can be anybody. It don't even matter what anybody. So that just goes to show, man, and that's the problem with, and this is the thing why good cops need to start pointing the finger at the bad cops, because that's putting the good cops in harm's way. You know? But yeah, man, again, I'm going too deep down a rabbit hole, man, but Bad News Brown breaking it down, man, and that's the answer, man. That's why somebody like Lovelle Mixon get a salute for most of us. And go ahead and leave a comment. You may straight disagree what I'm talking about. Let me know. Let me know how you feel. All right, I'm out, man.